Remember how it was yesterday? All the cats playing here? That's how it is now. It's barely able to eat because it was eating the cat. I had to supervise. He was fighting his mom. But the guy is still there. Not that guy. Hmm. No. Oh, but seem have flown. The time spent it took the rock falling from my mouth, from my hand. One or two. I was about to get out and check my knife. You think that they know who I am and what you expect of me, huh? So far, I just have failed to meet the expectations in every single way possible. I mean, don't make a dive threat to someone in front of a place, in front of a camera, if you really expect the guy to show that to the police and prove that he showed that to the police in the same next day. As I did. But as I say, the that's in front of it, that's it. Right? You still have the leftovers of life and happiness there, but they're long gone now because of one of them. I can that one. Again, we're gonna mention that to the police today. If she doesn't show up, I'm gonna say, hey, look, he said that, and then the next day, instead of actually doing something to me, the cat disappeared. The very small kitten that is defenseless and you know, is probably playing around because the cat. And then the file too. They can choose to put that in the file, they can choose not to put that in the file. It's better if they don't. Because it's gonna be YouTube either way. And if they don't, it's gonna showcase what their bias against me. The police bias against me. So choose what the Brazilian intelligence decides to do. By the way, it's not only on YouTube, it's in the file given to the press, international press. So there's really no way to touch that. I'm also going to mention that study in a phone registry. That's federal felony right there to interfere or tamper with a phone registries. So the question is, how much deeper you want to dig yourself? You say, I'm talking about me. I'm already in deep hole, buddy. It's the only way out. The question is, how much deeper they want to dig themselves. I love to watch now, watching something, you know. As I said, I eat butter and bread. As I was feeding the cat over there. And it's not a rich meal, but it is a meal. And it would make me happy because to watch videos of MasterChef or House Kitchen sometimes, because eating good meal being done, I would just imagine that I was eating those meals in here. You can see that it's proven through the backlog in audio evidence and in video evidence. If someone that could even say that I'm lying about watching that for some reason, that is not beyond that indulgence. It's in a new level. That's for sure. By the way, by now, if the cat was here, probably pushing around with the cat, watching the video, playing video games on the phone. Now you're seeing this. I'm gonna upload this video right next to the previous one, where you saw the cats here together, playing together. The mom, the siblings, everyone yesterday. It was yesterday. On YouTube, not even for the press. For the press, trust me, you can trust the media to make things look emotional. But this is just a simple case. No edition. No, but I don't have any tools to do that. No processing. Just simple. 2 videos. Just that. You decide what you think. not entertaining. It never was. I wouldn't like to live it for YouTube. Play video games possibly, but not this type of thing. They just force all of this on me. That was just my life playing video games. And no, I was in university. Spent 1 semester playing video games. Those neighbors I mentioned, their house, only 5. Santos Moreira, Santa Quatro, 13, and the other one to the other side. Again, it had to be them. As to call Mrs. Spock, you have to bow down to laws of physics, right? To do the stalking and the spy on my home, they have to be nearby. It's impossible to be anyone else. So they have to at least be part of it. I'm not saying that there wasn't other people. I bet there was other people, but they had to be part of it. I heard one time they blaming actual children for their crimes. For the record, by 2013, when I left university, one of the children, by their mother's supposed account, the one that beat the shit out of her, was Jew. I don't know when this started, but let's say it started in 2015. No, sorry. Yeah, 2015 or 16. She was either 4 or 5 years old. And then you think if it makes sense, or if it makes more sense given that everything that we're already seeing and this happening all the time is an adult blaming a child to try to get their ass off the line, even if it's their own child for it. It's a direct accusation. I don't know if they're blaming the child, I don't know what happened there. I know he had to come from the house due to simple physics. That's it. Or the house next door, technically, or but in practice, the involvement, there are other sources that prove the involvement. So I guarantee you that my best guess is both houses. My house is 15, St. Patrick's 15, Niterói. St. Patrick's Alley at 15. The house was 13. That's the other one to the other side of mine. I don't know what number it is because it breaks that, but it's the one to the other side of 15. That they did a direct accusation. Which one did it? Which member? I don't know. Wasn't bad danger. Or I could hear the screams of the children. Unlike me, when I was arguing with Tanya, trust me, that's tons of record. That Tanya is my biological mother. She's there. There's a reason I call that biological mother and not mother or mom. You went from mom to that, due to her actions. Let's just say that there's a lot of water under the bridge. The difference between me and them is that I can prove what happened on this border. I know that they can't because, well, those two ideas are opposites. Either I'm right and they're lying, or they're lying and I'm lying and they're right. I don't know if they say that, but that's the truth. There's no room for confusion. At least on my end. That's why I said I don't know which person did it. I know it had to have happened there because no one else had access. So, yeah, that. Now, could have been other neighbors as well. That's the thing. I had heated arguments with Tanya, but they were occasional. And later discovered when they became way more frequently and mysteriously, because they are pouring the same things that they pour here and there. You could see in the cat. But yeah, I could see that in the cat behavior. So, on YouTube, those things also set up a date. Today is 13th of May, 2025. The police report that I made yesterday is from the 12th. Which reported that Friday received here. It was right there in front of the camera. As I said, you don't make a death threat in front of a camera unless you're very sure. It's on YouTube, it's going to be on YouTube as well. That is already on YouTube. What happened at the police station will likely be there or not, depending on what happens today. And we're gonna publish anyway, so we're gonna make private or private or public, depending on that. Everything is already, the press is giving access to the Google Drive account that has the roughly 2 terabytes of data. 2 terabytes, yes. Over 1 year in the city, about more for in Buenos Aires, and all the things you got to see. I don't know how long I'll be able to keep up this at this level. I should probably stop, actually try to cool down a bit. But just so you can generally see. I'm going after, so as soon as I eat, I'm going back front. It's just that there was something that was pouring in the air, and it was straight that way. So I didn't want to breathe that as I was eating. To this point, I have tons of easy ways to give my cat back. By, saying that they found it in the street or any bullshit like that. It's not gonna work. As long as they give to this guy, and he gives to me, then she's even safe. That's why I kept saying that I can give to him, and he gives to me. Because he's gonna say, oh, you didn't take the picture, why would I take the picture? And that's fine. I don't care as much as I care about having her back. And she would just disrupt me. She was a little rascal. That was always in the way. Mama care. Or her mother. But she was mine. She was the only family member I had left. I say our biological mother. There's a reason I call her biological mother. As I said, it's a long way. But as I said, when I was leaving home, there were tons of the ones you might like be hearing these days, including those neighbors, actually saying things like, you being mean to your mother, blah, blah. So my argument was, and at that time I thought that was way worse. Now I know there was nothing like what I was thinking. Let's step into the light together. Sunlight is the best disinfectant. So my idea shifted immediately from running to contacting the press. The press, not just, they're not going to publish what I tell them. They're going to check if everything is smooth, right? They never bothered contacting the press, did they? Why? Real press. At the time, I really thought that I could fool them to do so, because even to this day, they stalk on me. From their comfortable homes. It's a shithole, I'm quite sure, because they're there, but surely richer than this. And anyway. Things that cannot be bought. Now, for real, as I was saying, while there was that, everything that I say can be proven through evidence in some of those 2 terabytes. The rest is in the original backup. There was no back home. The rest is in the one in sovereign Argentinian soil. I say that for a reason. You watch the previous video, understand why I say sovereign Argentinian soil. It is a mockery of the shit people. And I realize they have a lot of mouth, but not much backing to it. And a guy who has very little to lose. They realize they're too late. So they keep doing their threats, as you saw there, their threats on YouTube. Stuff what will happen, exactly what you blame. If the police finds that they don't know how to read a plate, and they're corrupt. It's as simple as that. You can choose their job or not, but they cannot choose what you think. That's up to you. So I request officially, and I renew the request from the international community for assistance due to political and social persecution. Political on their end, which can be backed by evidence presented to the press on those files. That this is a response of all things that I say of conscious subjective nature, political nature, and social criticism, which qualifies as protected speech. In the US, the First Amendment, you have equivalent to other countries, including this one. As such, it qualifies the entire process as social persecution due to speech, basically. Again, I had the whole thing properly done when in the file that gave to the press. But yeah, for 2.5 years, I've been fighting for my freedom. I mean, enslaving all my name. As you saw, they stalked me and they do lots of things, and now they stole a member of my family. What did they do? Yeah, but her family too, funny enough. I mentioned that several times, but she was, as I said, she was kind of thin. She got bulked up recently. I mean, the guy that was always treating her, but she apparently only bulked up in size recently. So, well, either he was treating her a long time and only now start feeding more, or the thing that I gave to her kind of helped her bulk up. But she's bigger now than she was, also more active. Before, she was very lethargic all the time. You see that on the record. Again, the evidence will be on YouTube. Anything from May the 1st, everything from the era of the kitten will be on YouTube. All the videos with me, with her, everything. Because, of course, other things I'm going to be a bit more cautious for now. But most of those I was isolated. It was either here, it was me playing around with her, it was on my head. She loved to, climb for me. She literally climbed for me. Climb from my leg, and then my chest, and then my coat, and then stay either on my shoulder or my head. And I have down the records, and I'm telling you, this is what happened. And they kidnapped her, and they took her from us. When given the opportunity, I could have taken her. She was, their mother didn't want her. And I want her to make peace with her mother, because I want her to choose. And to be happy. And they stole her from me. They stole her from us. This happened yesterday. As I said, I'm going to publish this video right next to the previous one, where it was the same time, about the day. Yesterday, when you saw the cats playing together. Possible suspects for what happened and everything else. Now, careful, because what I've mentioned is, this is actually a hint to the major affair. Major affair that was given to the press. I'm going to give it again. All those files exist. All those files are available, again, to the media, and I have access to them. I very much intend to seek justice. It's all I want for all those crimes. Now, what would you think that for any reason really, would you persecute the victim of the crimes rather than the author of those? Because it's a long process, and trust me, everything's going to become very clear. So if at any point you see, not only we will portray what law enforcement does as far as the report of those obvious crimes, which in this case is just, it is actually very simple what I want. I don't expect them to actually find the people, because that would be crazy. I want a proper report for death threat, the relationship between the death threat and the cat missing, because it happened on the same day, 1 hours between each other. And I want the previous report of someone threatening to do me harm done properly, because the last time I went there, it was all lies on the report, and I can prove that on video. I will publish that video if they don't do that. As far as the rest goes, any attempt, any harm against me, again, I was expecting to possibly be killed yesterday, because the things were already available to the press, and enough of them on YouTube to catch the press's eye. I probably should send the thing reference to you. Again, as I said, BBC, CNN, the other ones, the headquarters in their home countries, in the US and the UK, not their local versions of it, because I don't trust that. Let's probably send copies to the local press as well, just to see how they react, because this is obviously news. The scale of it. If you think it's not, you just don't have idea the scale of it. Meaning, if local press, for any reason, decides anything, or if they publish as lies, it'd be beautiful to see what their colleagues are gonna say about that. So, that's a situation as it happens. But the point is, I was prepared to stay here, and if they tried something yesterday, my argument was, well, everything's on the file, so nothing's missing. So I love to see that the threats of, I'm gonna be, yeah, that sure is gonna work, as the previous one didn't. I really need to cool off. I don't know if I should watch a video. No, I shouldn't. I just eat in silence, but I'll stop talking now. I need to eat.